The train for Iptiyang is now approaching the platform.
Hop on, everyone! Good Thursday morning, everyone. Welcome back to 입이 트이는 영어. It is May the 11th. 안녕하세요. 저는 이현석입니다.
Hello, welcome back, everyone. I am Jennifer Clyde.
Well, I'm sure some of you out there are having a hard time this morning because you have a hangover. In other words, you could be hungover. Who knows? You could have been drinking last night because of a staff dinner you had with your colleagues. It could have been mandatory. It could have been not that kind of mandatory. But then again, you always feel the urge or you sometimes feel obligated to participate in the social events.
Yes. Sometimes you have no choice but to go
That's
or
true.
to take part. Yeah.
It can feel as if it's an extension of your work. Well, it is good sometimes because staff dinners do help build teamwork or improve chemistry. But after a full day's work, it's not the most efficient way to get some rest.
Yeah. So, I mean, if it's something that you're not particularly into and you prefer to go home, but you feel as though you have to go to this staff dinner, then of course it can be a source of stress.
True.
And when stress builds up, it's not good for you or the company, I think. You'll end up being worn out. End up being hungover the next morning, as you mentioned.
Right. I think drinking has a lot to do with everything.
Yeah.
So a lot of companies are changing. They are taking out the drinking part from their staff dinners, or they don't force people to drink too much, or sometimes they have a staff dinner or staff get-together during lunch, not at dinner.
Yeah,
That could
I've
be-
seen that happen.
That could be better than having it at night.
There are many ways to bond or build teamwork by, I guess, engaging in activities. You can go catch a movie with your coworkers.
That's true.
You can go to a nearby park and, for a picnic, for example.
So there are healthier ways.
Definitely.
Right, when
Yes.
it comes to staff dinners. 자, 회식에 대해서 영어로 설명을 해보고 싶다고 신청을 해주셨습니다. 올려주신 사연 내용을 최대한 담아서 저희가 영어로 제작을 해봤습니다. 들어보시죠.
Talk about the culture of staff dinners in Korea. Staff dinners are quite common in Korea. Coworkers often have dinner together after they punch out. It's a good way to build teamwork and improve chemistry. However, a staff dinner is also an extension of work. This is why some people consider it as another source of stress. When they are worn out from work, they just want to go home. Drinking is another problem. Being hungover can be bad for work efficiency. Nowadays, healthier staff gatherings without alcohol are a new trend. Workers at some companies catch a movie together instead of drinking. Still, community spirit is important in Korea. Staff dinners are an important part of office life.
We have what's called a corporate culture. Every company has a different corporate culture. And of course, countries have different corporate cultures. When you are part of a team, when you are part of a company or an organization, you always have to follow that kind of culture. And I'm sure staff dinners fall in the category once you think about it. 자, 회식이란 말을요, 가장 간단하게 할 수 있는 말이 직원들 간에 함께 저녁 식사를 한다 해서 staff dinner라고 하면 가장 쉽게 풀 수가 있습니다. 자, 회식은요, 우리나라에서 상대적으로 좀 흔한 편입니다.
Staff dinners are quite common in Korea.
어렵지 않죠? quiet의 강세를 좀 주면서 다시 한번 읽어볼게요.
Staff dinners are quite common in Korea.
자, 명사 두 개가 합쳐서 이렇게 단어를 이룰 경우는 앞단어의 강세를 주세요. staff dinners 이렇게요. 오케이, coworkers.
Coworkers often have dinner together after they punch out.
What is punching out?
Punch out. Well, if you punch out from work, it means you end work, you leave the office,
You're getting
leave your
off
workplace.
work.
Yes, you get off work.
I guess it comes from the punch cards. Back in the day, I guess you
Yeah.
kind of punched in. 예전에는 이제 그 출근을 할 때 그 카드 같은 걸 넣어서 뚝 이렇게 구멍을 하나씩 뚫었던 시절이 있었던 것 같아요. 이제 거기서부터 punch out 하면 punch in 하면 뭐 출근하다, punch out 하면 퇴근하다 이런 의미로 이제 쓰였었겠죠. 거기서 이제 유래된 표현인 것 같아요. punch out, punch in. So after they punch out 하면 일을 마치고 나서 퇴근 후에 다 함께 식사를 하는 그런 것들이 좀 있습니다. So that's called a staff dinner.
Yes. Coworkers often have dinner together after they punch out. It's a good way to build teamwork and improve chemistry.
Okay, improve teamwork and improve chemistry. 자, build, improve 다 좋습니다. 앞에 어떤 단어가 붙어도 좋은데 teamwork하고 chemistry는 우리가 직장 생활하면서 많이 또 하게 되는 얘기죠. 다 같이 팀으로 움직이니까 you have to enhance teamwork, you have to improve chemistry, or even build chemistry is another word.
Yes.
케미를 서로 간에 좀 만들어야 되겠죠. 사람이 하는 일이다 보니까 아무래도.
But even in Korea, you just said 케미.
케미.
Is 케미 used more often when you're talking about the attraction between male and female more often, or is it used among friends as well?
It's used across the board, I think.
I see, yes.
직장 동료 간에도 케미가 있어야 되거든요.
Sure.
남녀 간의 케미를 좀 많이 쓰긴 쓰죠.
Usually because I think it comes from the feeling of like those emotions. You would say, oh, they have chemistry or we have chemistry, meaning that you have that attraction towards each other.
As you mix it, you mix well.
I guess,
mix
yes,
well.
coworkers can build or improve chemistry as well.
그렇죠.
Sure.
자, 남녀 간에도 쓰지만 이제 직장 동료 간에 혹은 친구들 간에도 케미가 있다 없다니까 improve. 자, 서로 간에 어떤 교감도라든가 이런 거를 조금 더 올릴 수 있는 좋은 기회인 건 맞죠. It's a good way to bond with each
Yes.
other. Bond, 친해질 수 있는. However,
A staff dinner is also an extension of work.
다 가는데 나만 안 가는 경우 이런 경우가 좀 곤욕스러운 거죠. So, however, a staff dinner is also an extension of work. Extension, 연장이죠, 연장.
Yes.
어떤 근무의 연장이라고 생각해도 과언이 아닙니다. A staff dinner is also an extension of work. 자, 그래서 사람들이 회식을 또 하나의 스트레스 요소로 보는 것도 있습니다.
This is why some people consider it as another source of stress.
source of stress. 그렇죠? 스트레스의 어떤 원인으로 보는, 인식하는 그런 분들도 있죠. So some people consider staff dinners as another source of stress. What's your main source of stress? 그러면 네가 가장 스트레스를 받는 주 원인이 뭐냐? source라고 하시면 되겠네요. 자, 특히요, 일 때문에 지쳐 있는데
When they're worn out from work, they just want to go home.
집에 가고 싶거나 이제 직장에서 나와서 친구들 만나고 싶거나 그렇잖아요.
Yeah.
회식이 너무 자주 있으면 좀 문제가 되겠죠. Worn out. I am worn out. W-R-O-N. wear의 과거 분사죠. wear out 해도 그것도 일단은 원형으로 지치다라는 얘기인데, 자, 일을 열심히 해서 이제 지친 이후에는 사람들이 퇴근 때 집에 가고 싶어 합니다. One more time.
When they're worn out from work, they just want to go home. Drinking is another problem.
That's right. Drinking is involved in most of these staff dinners. You do drink a little.
Yeah.
자, being hungover. 자, 그래서 그 다음날 이렇게 그 전날 회식 때문에 숙취가 있다면 아무래도 업무 효율이 떨어지겠죠.
Being hungover can be bad for work efficiency.
Okay? Being hungover. hungover는 한 단어로 씁니다. be hungover 형용사처럼 I am hungover.
Yes.
그러면 나 지금 숙취 있다.
Uh-huh.
I have a hangover.
Hangover.
그랑 똑같은 뜻이죠.
Yes.
자, they can be bad for work efficiency. Productivity is very important. It means that you can get more done in a certain amount of time.
Yes, perhaps,
Yeah.
less time.
Yeah, less time.
Is better.
Preferably.
Uh-huh.
So if you can increase work efficiency, you can get more done in a certain amount of time. So work efficiency is very important. 업무 효율이죠.
Yeah.
효율을. 몸이 안 좋으면 업무 효율이 당연히 떨어지겠죠. 몸이 좋을 때보다는. So being hungover can be bad for work efficiency.
Nowadays, healthier staff gatherings without alcohol are a new trend. So nowadays, recently, healthier staff gatherings. We're not just talking about staff dinners. We're talking about get-togethers, gatherings. In Korean, 모임, right? Healthier staff gatherings without alcohol. Well, it's a new trend.
그러니까 뭐 이제 술을 마시지 않는 뭐 건전한 이제 직원 회식이나 직원 모임 자리들이
Yeah, healthier meaning healthy for the mind and the body,
That's
right?
true. That's
Yes.
true. Good point. 그러니까 이제 어떤 새로운 트렌드로 자리 잡았습니다. 그래서 동료들 간에 영화를 함께 본다든가 뭐 관람을 같이 한다든가 어디 미술관에 간다든가 뭐 그런 건전한 방식으로 회식을 하는 그런 회사들도 생겨나고 있습니다. 아직은 대세라고 보긴 힘들지만 점점 늘어나고 있죠. So workers at some companies catch a movie together instead of drinking.
That's right.
영화 한 편 보고 집에 가는 것도 나름대로 하나의 그 회식이라고 볼 수가 있겠죠.
Workers at some companies catch a movie together instead of drinking.
All right.
Here we have catch a movie. means to watch
Watch
a
a movie.
Make time to watch a movie, perhaps. Yeah.
그렇죠. Catch
a
동사도
movie.
많이 쓰죠.
Yes.
I really need to catch that show.
Yeah.
I want to catch the news tonight. I want to catch the presidential election.
Yeah.
We had the presidential election several days ago. And you could have wanted to catch one of those presidential debates.
Yes.
그렇죠? 뭐 대선 토론을 예전에 꼭 보고 싶었다. 몇 주 전에 뭐 그런 얘기를 할 수도 있고요. Still, community spirit is important in Korea. 자, 어떤 공동체 의식.
Community spirit. Community spirit is important in Korea. It's that spirit, that mood, that shared feeling, I guess, the shared spirit.
어떤 의식 같은 거죠.
Yeah.
그러니까 다 같이 한다는 group mentality. 그렇죠. 혼자만 안 되고 단체가 같이 해야 된다는.
Yes.
그런 또 group mentality, community spirit 다 비슷한 말들인데 상당히 한국에서는 이제 특히 조직 생활을 하면서는 중요하죠. 나만 혼자 잘한다고 되는 게 아니기 때문에 조직 문화에 잘 적응을 하고 움직여야 되겠습니다. 자, anyway, staff dinners.
Staff dinners are an important part of office life.
그렇죠. 직장 생활, 회사 생활의 중요한 일부라고 해도 과언이 아닌 것이 바로 이 회식입니다. So staff dinners are an important part of office life. Office life.
Yeah.
그렇죠? 뭔가 사무실 회식이라는 것이 회사 생활의 일부라고 정리를 해도 되겠네요.
Yeah.
자, 이런 내용으로 이야기해보고 싶다고 해주셨거든요. 그래서 저희가 최대한 비슷하게 좀 옮겨봤습니다.
Right. So when you say community, we have community spirit. We're not just talking about, neighborhoods or people living in a certain area, a common area. We're also talking about a social group. People, perhaps, that have different jobs, but perhaps share the same interest in something. A group of people, as you mentioned. So community spirit may be that sense of having something in common, that feeling of sharing something. Okay?
Right.
So keep that in mind. That's community spirit once again. And let's take a listen one more time.
Talk about the culture of staff dinners in Korea. Staff dinners are quite common in Korea. Coworkers often have dinner together after they punch out. It's a good way to build teamwork and improve chemistry. However, a staff dinner is also an extension of work. This is why some people consider it as another source of stress. When they are worn out from work, they just want to go home. Drinking is another problem. Being hungover can be bad for work efficiency. Nowadays, healthier staff gatherings without alcohol are a new trend. Workers at some companies catch a movie together instead of drinking. Still, community spirit is important in Korea. Staff dinners are an important part of office life.
네, 레몬교재 64, 65페이지입니다. 첫 번째 표현이 punch out. 자, 이게 이제 퇴근할 때 쓰는 표현이긴 한데요. 예전에 그 퇴근할 때 카드를 punch in, punch out, 거기 구멍을 뚫어서 출퇴근을 기록하던 기록부에서 비롯된, 요즘엔 디지털 다 찍지만 그것에서 비롯된 그런 표현입니다. Let's do it.
Coworkers often have dinner together after they punch out.
After they punch out. 자, 퇴근 후에 술 한잔 할 겁니다.
I'm going to get a drink after I punch out.
One more time.
I'm going to get a drink after I punch out.
조금 더 자주 쓰는 건 get off가 많이 쓰긴 쓰죠.
Yes.
그래서 I'm going to get a drink after I get off. Get off work의 줄임말이죠. 자, 퇴근하기 전에 이 일을 꼭 끝마쳐야 됩니다.
We need to finish this work before we punch out.
Before we punch out. Before we call it a day today. Build teamwork 혹은 build chemistry 둘 다 쓰겠죠. 팀워크를 뭔가 이제 키운다라는 얘기인데 우리도 팀빌딩이란 말 많이 하거든요.
Yeah.
처음에 이제 조직 개편되고 그러면. Okay?
It's a good way to build teamwork. It's a good way to build chemistry.
자, 팀워크를 기르기 위해서 우리는 워크숍에 참석했다. 뭐 학교 다닐 땐 MT라고 하지만 회사 생활하면서 뭐 워크숍이라고 많이 하잖아요. 1박 2일로 많이 갔다 오죠.
We went to a workshop to build teamwork.
That's right. One more time.
We went to a workshop to build teamwork.
Or companies have workshops to build teamwork.
Yes.
자, 성공하려면 이렇게 팀워크를 기르는 것이 상당히 좀 중요합니다. Building teamwork.
Building teamwork is important to be successful. One more time. Building teamwork is important to be successful.
자, 뭐 어떤 일의 연장을 얘기할 때 extension of work 한번 해볼게요.
A staff dinner is also an extension of work.
자, 회식은 업무의 연장선상이라고 봐도 된다. 자, a staff dinner is also an extension of work. One more time.
A staff dinner is also an extension of work.
자, 재미있는 활동도 업무의 연장선이면 스트레스가 되는 경우가 있습니다. Even fun activities.
Even fun activities are stressful if they are an extension of work.
야, 이것은 업무의 연장이기 때문에 우리는 수당을 좀 받아야 한다고 생각한다.
We should get paid since this is an extension of work.
I mean, if you should get paid for overtime.
Yes.
You have to stay around after you were supposed to leave.
Sure, you're devoting more of your personal time.
It's true. 자, 스트레스 원인이란 말도 했었죠. 자, 회식이 스트레스의 원인이나 요인이 되는 경우도 있습니다.
This is why some people consider it as another source of stress.
Source of stress. One more time.
This is why some people consider it as another source of stress.
자, 살아가면서 가장 큰 스트레스 원인이 뭡니까?
What is the biggest source of stress in your life?
Okay? What is the biggest source of stress in your life? 이렇게 상대방한테 물어볼 수도 있고요. 자, 주말에 결혼식 가는 게 뭐 친한 사람 축하해주러 가는 거기도 하지만 약간 너무 자주 있으면 스트레스를 유발할 수도 있습니다.
Going to weddings on the weekend can be a source of stress.
저는 한번 결혼식을 3개 갔어야 되는 주말 있었거든요. All I remember is moving back and forth to attend that wedding or those weddings. How many weddings did you have a week on maximum?
Oh, not that many, actually.
Not that many?
I guess maybe 3.
Yeah,
was
they
the
all
max for me.
coincide sometimes.
Yeah, and sometimes I feel terrible because, I mean, if they happen at the same,
You have to
on the
pick-
same day at the same time,
You have to pick and choose.
you have to pick.
which one
Gosh,
to go
that's
to.
very difficult.
It is difficult.
Yeah.
자, 그래서 이제 결혼식에 가는 것도 가끔 스트레스가 될 때가 있다. Community spirit, 공동체 의식이요.
Community spirit is important in Korea. Community spirit is important in Korea.
자, 한국에서 공동체 의식이 상당히 좀 중요합니다. 자, 나는 자원봉사 행사에서 어떤 공동체 의식을 느낄 수 있었습니다. At the volunteer event.
I could feel the community spirit at the volunteer event.
자, 우리 아파트 단지에는 이제 주민들 간에 어떤 강한 공동체 의식이 있습니다.
There is a strong community spirit at our apartment complex.
Which is a good thing, right?
Yes.
If locals tend to get along. And
sure.
they have that kind of spirit
It's great,
going on.
I think.
Yes.
Now, this word community is a bit tricky to pronounce, difficult for me even, so let's practice it 2 times.
Sure.
Community.
Community.
One more time. Community.
크로 시작해서 뮤에서 끌어주세요. 강세 주고. Community.
Community.
Alrighty.
All right. Job well done. Expression of the day.
Why do you look so upset? Is something wrong?
We're having another staff dinner.
It's not the end of the world. At least you can eat for free.
I just want to go home early.
자, 누군가 이제 회식이 있어서 좀 약간 불만인 모양이에요. 너무 자주 있나? 자, 얘가 뭐라고 하냐면요. Why do you look so upset? This is another expression you can use. 왜 좀 기분이 안 좋아 보이니?
Yeah.
기분이 좀 언짢아 보이는데 왜 그런 거야? Why do you look so upset? Is something wrong? 그랬더니요.
We're having another staff dinner.
Here's the word another.
Another.
Maybe you had one on Monday.
Yeah.
If you have another one on Thursday.
Or you have staff dinners too often.
Oh.
You can say, we're having another staff
Right.
dinner.
If you have too many of them, right? 자, 그랬더니요. 아이, 뭐 회식 가는 거. 그게 뭐 심각한 문제는 아니잖아. 그렇다고 그렇게 기분을 언짢아야 할 필요가 있니? It's not the end of the world. What does that mean?
It's not the end of the world, meaning it's not that bad. Oh, come on. It's not going to kill you.
It's nothing to be annoyed about, perhaps. 뭔가 좀 기분 언짢아할 만한 일은 아니지 않느냐.
Yes.
뭐 그래도 이제 공짜로 뭘 먹고 그러진 않느냐. At least you can eat for free. You go to these staff dinners and they kind of buy you stuff. I mean,
do.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes if you like eating, you might want to go to these staff dinners. 자, I just want to go home early 그랬더니 집에 빨리 가고 싶다라고 하죠. 자, 검장 다시 한번 해볼게요.
It's not the end of the world.
It's not the end of the world.
It's not the end of the world.
오케이. 숙제 드리겠습니다. 그럼 교재 66페이지에요. 3번 문장과 4번 문장 영작해 숙제방에 올려주시면 저희가 추첨을 통해서 선물 보내드릴게요.
취업과 승진을 위한 영어 말하기 평가 오픽에서 오픽 무료 응시권, 윌북에서 지적 리딩을 시작하는 영단어 책 504 워드, 파고더 북스에서 오픽 핵심 전략서, 이현석의 오픽의 신을 드립니다.
Okay, well that is it for today, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us.
Bye everyone!